It is that time again, the unofficial start to summer, and time to remind you to use your sunscreen when you get out there in the sun.
But probably no consumer product is as misunderstood as sunscreen. CBS 2's Dr. Max Gomez sets us straight.
Here it comes, beach and sun tanning season. And although doctors say you should use it year-round, it's also sunscreen season. But what's the best to use? Should I spray it on or smear it? And how much SPF do I need? It's all so confusing.
The number I always go by, I don't know where I got it from, is 35 or above. I know that anything mineral-based is going to be better for you.
Turns out Stephanie Pantaleros is kind of half right. Let's set the record straight by debunking some sunscreen myths. First is the belief that the FDA tests sunscreens before they're sold.
The FDA doesn't really test sunscreens at all. It depends on what the manufacturer claims, and that's basically it.
Okay, then what about those SPF numbers? Really high numbers must mean much more protection.
As long as it's an SPF of 30, you're fine, you're protected very well. Anything higher than that is purely marketing.
In fact, you could go all the way to SPF 100 and only get an extra percentage point or two more protection. Well, how about natural sunscreens? Turns out the term natural isn't regulated by the FDA, so it's basically meaningless on a sunscreen label. So what about spray-on sunscreens providing better coverage?
Spray sunscreens are fine as long as you don't inhale them. And also, after you apply them, you spread them around so they're evenly distributed.
In other words, you should spread sprays around the same way you would a cream or a lotion sunscreen. But by far the biggest recent myth is a new product being touted as drinkable sunscreen. Something about making water molecules in the skin vibrate to block UV rays.
Drinkable sunscreens are really nonsense. I mean, there are all kinds of marketing schemes to sell sunscreens. This, by far, I think, is the wildest.
Probably the most important thing to remember about sunscreens is to use it early, often, and liberally. Meaning put it on 20 minutes before going out in the sun. Use lots of it, a shot glass full for a full body application, and reapply it every couple of hours or sooner if you're sweating or swimming. Dr. Max Gomez, CBS 2 News.
Yeah, there's a bridge for sale in Brooklyn, too.
That's right. That's right. Just don't drink that shot glass full.
All right. Well, Dr. Max also says that kids do not need any special sunscreen formula. They contain the same ingredients as adult sunscreens. Just don't use any sunscreen on children until they are 6 months old.
All right. Good info. Glad we cleared it up. That's all for us here at 5. We'll see you again at 11.
The news at 6 starts right now.